For 43 years, Eleanor lived in her small white cottage. The paint chipped, the fence leaned, and the roses along the yard bloomed each spring. To her, it was more than a house. It was her life. To the HOA, it was an eyesore. The board made their mission clear. Eleanor had to go. They mailed her notices stamped with final warning. They offered her money, insultingly low. They called her cottage unsafe, a danger to the community. But Eleanor stood her ground. "This is where I married my husband, where my son took his first steps," she told them. "You will not take it from me." At dawn one morning, neighbors awoke to the roar of heavy machinery. A bulldozer rolled down the street, HOA board members smirking from their SUVs. People gathered with phones, whispering that Eleanor would give in at the last second. But there she was, seated in her old rocking chair on the porch, back straight, hands folded, calm, determined. A young worker shouted, "Ma'am, please step aside. We have orders." Eleanor's voice was steady. "Do your job." The blade tore into her wooden fence. The roses she'd planted decades ago were flattened. Gasps filled the crowd. Then, a sudden screech of metal on metal. The bulldozer shuddered to a stop. Sparks flew. Confused workers dug near the porch. What they uncovered silenced the street. A bronze WW2 memorial plaque hidden under ivy and soil. It bore the name of Lieutenant Charles Whitman, Eleanor's late husband, honored for his sacrifice in Normandy. The plaque had been placed by the city itself nearly 60 years ago. Within minutes, officials were called. Police secured the scene. Reporters swarmed. By noon, Eleanor's fight was on the evening news. It turned out her home was a protected historic site, and the HOA had skipped the records. Their entire scheme collapsed in front of flashing cameras. The fallout was brutal. The HOA president resigned in disgrace. Neighbors who once stayed silent rallied behind Eleanor. The city funded full restoration of her cottage, and a new marker was installed at the front. This house stands for love, sacrifice, and legacy. And there, Eleanor stayed, rocking gently on her porch. Proof that sometimes a quiet widow can defeat an entire HOA with nothing but courage and history on her side.